Now on CoastTV News.
The future of dining in Rehoboth Beach, what new city criteria local restaurants could follow. More talks about marijuana in Sussex County, which town is looking to possibly ban the sale of the product. Spreading Christmas cheer on the coast, how the city of Lewis rang in the holiday season.
Well, it's a foggy evening here along the coast, but rain is knocking on our doorstep. I'll be tracking that wet weather coming up in just a few moments.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. New tonight, outdoor dining is back on the table in Rehoboth Beach. The city is reviewing a design manual at the commissioners' meeting on Monday. Restaurants have to meet certain criteria to apply for a permit. That includes table and chair placement on the sidewalks. Only 2 top and 4 top tables are allowed, leaving room for pedestrian access, putting up physical separation barriers to define the dining space, and more. Application fees are $150 and the license itself costs $325. The city is also set to discuss possibly extending dates and times when dogs are allowed on the boardwalk and beach. New tonight, Delaware State Police has arrested a woman after finding her with a disabled car on the shoulder of Sussex Highway in Seaford. The agency says 34-year-old Victoria Bolin of Laurel was arrested for multiple gun offenses early Friday morning. The trooper said he recognized her from previous investigations, and Bolin is not permitted to own a gun due to a previous conviction. Police say Bolin also had multiple drug paraphernalia on her when taken into custody. State police charged Bolin with 4 crimes, 3 of which are felonies. And now we're taking a live look outside into Seaford. We saw a little bit of wet weather here, and our first alert meteorologist Alex Seymour is joining us now. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening, Mallory. Yeah, we certainly are starting to see some of that wet weather work into the region, and as that wet weather starts to move in, we're starting to see that fog finally burn off. We've been dealing with dense fog pretty much all evening long, but now as we take a live look out on our Boardwalk Plaza Hotel camera in Rehoboth Beach, the visibility is finally improving as the rain is starting to slowly pick up across the area. Temps sitting right around 50 degrees in Rehoboth Beach this evening. Visibility still down to a 1/4 mile in Ocean City and a 1/4 mile in Salisbury, close to a 1/4 mile in Georgetown also if the station was working. But as we continue to progress throughout the next hour, next 2 hours, there's fog going to continue to just kind of start to dissipate. As we can see on our live radar, that rain is starting to move into the area. And as we pull out to a wider view, much more widespread rain off to our west. As that moves in, the fog burns off and it turns wet. So we're going to have to change from being taking it slow on those roadways due to the fact that we've got low visibility due to the fact that, well, we're going to start to see that those wet roadways. The fog, though, could return as we head towards tomorrow morning as the rain starts to come to an end. So keep that in mind. You probably want to take it slow on those roadways again as we head out the door maybe on Sunday morning. Temperatures, well, we're in the 50s and we're going to stay in the 50s throughout the remainder of the overnight hours. Winds going to remain light as the rain starts to move in. So as we continue to progress throughout the next few hours, rain continues to intensify and continues to become more widespread as temps stay steady in the 50s.
Thank you, Alex. Selbyville is the next town meeting to discuss marijuana. The town is proposing to ban the sales and manufacturing of recreational marijuana within the town limits. A public hearing is scheduled for December 4th at 6 p.m. at Town Hall on West Church Street. The prospect of another ceasefire between Israel and Hamas and the release of more hostages is seeming far less likely after the violent events of today. Israel pounded the south of Gaza today, the same region they had told Palestinians in the north to evacuate to. And Hamas launched a barrage of missiles toward Israel. The Hamas-run health ministry says around 200 people have been killed since the ceasefire collapsed. That's on top of the 15,000 killed in the first 7 weeks of fighting. Republican presidential hopefuls were on the campaign trail speaking with potential voters in Iowa on Saturday. Iowans were visited by multiple events in the state. Iowa residents were able to hear from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as he hosted meet and greet events in the city of Newton. The Florida governor completed his 99th county tour with a rally in Jasper County. The former governor of Arkansas was also there in the state. Former President Trump was also seen hitting the campaign trail this weekend. And former Congressman George Santos took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to express his plans to file ethics complaints against 4 of his former colleagues. His post came one day after the House voted overwhelmingly to expel the indicted former lawmaker. Santos previously survived 2 other attempts to expel him this year, one in May and the other a month ago. The 91st Lewis Christmas Parade marched on tonight down Savannah Road. The theme of this parade was celebrating an old-fashioned Christmas in Lewis. These photos are from the Cape Vikings cheerleading team just a day after the state championship football game. And keep that holiday spirit going to the next parade to march along the coast. The Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company Hometown Christmas Parade is this Monday. The parade kicks off at 6 p.m. and the fire company will be collecting toys for tots in a Stuff the Ambulance drive. New tonight, the town of Felton has reopened its parade registration. Here's why. The town says it was inspired by last night's rain, canceling different parades in neighboring towns. It's a chance to give anyone who didn't get a run on their float on Friday another opportunity. Felton's parade is on December 15th at 7 p.m. Coming up next, a look back at some of the coldest and most thrilling stories from this past week. We have your week in review just ahead.
Holiday scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery.
Must have left them in the car.
They're sure to make spirits bright.
Flu season brings the constant caroling of sneezing, sniffling, and whining children. 30% of people infected with influenza do not know it, making it easy to infect others, especially young children. Your best shot? A flu vaccination for yourself and those you love. Your Dachshund offers flu shots 7 days a week, no appointment needed. Flu shots for veterans are always free. Get your flu shot today. Your Dachshund, in partnership with Tidal Health.
The Delmarva Sports Network wants to congratulate the Cape Henlopen Vikings for an outstanding football season. The Delmarva community is so proud of you. Local teams, big dreams.
From extreme cold temperatures to history-making state football games, there was a lot going on this week here on the coast. Coast TV News anchor Charlie Sakaitis has a look in our Week in Review.
Monday, growth concerns continued in Milton with 144 single-family homes about to be built in the Shell Brothers Marilon community. Residents in the area trepidatious about traffic on already dangerous stretches of road. Houses went on sale this week. Tuesday, with temperatures dropping on the coast and shelters not open, the challenges of the homeless were laid bare. The Milford Advocacy for the Homeless gave out scarves, hats, space heaters, all to try to keep them warm until shelters open. Wednesday, DENREC finalized regulations to adopt the Advanced Clean Car Program. The election car law went into effect on Friday. The law will cap the zero-emission vehicle requirement at 82%. Thursday night, Stephen Decatur made history. The Seahawks won their school's first ever state championship, beating Huntingtown 21-13 and capping off an undefeated season in the process.
This is the best day of my life, and I never had this time like this. It is the best day of my life. Yeah!
And Friday night, Cape Henlopen tried to follow suit, but they fell just a little short in a hard-fought final game against the Sallies. Still a heck of a year from the Cape crew. With your Week in Review, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
Coming up, Santa's helpers packing up presents for those in need, the group effort today in Sussex County, and how you can join.
Well, rain's returning to Delmarva for the second half of the weekend. I'll time out that wet weather coming up just after the break.
I'll take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Casasa checking is proudly offered at County Bank.
Come, rain or shine, I'll cover you up and calm the skies. As long as you are mine, I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy, just as sure as the sun will rise. I'll be there when you need me, with every tear that falls from your eyes. Oh, you have me completely. I'll be there when I'll be there when you need me.
Over 100 boys and girls basketball teams, 5 days of the best high school basketball talent in the country, 8 games a day, and it's all on the Delmarva Sports Network. The 41st Annual Governor's Challenge High School Basketball Tournament lives right here on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the first tip of the day to the wrap-up show each night, DSN is there. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app to see the action from every court. The 41st Governor's Challenge, exclusively on DSN, presented by OC Floor and Home Gallery.
Turning shoppers into helpers in Dagsboro, a unique holiday tradition brings the community together. Coast TV's very own chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, has the story of one young man's journey from participant to leader in a heartwarming seasonal event.
In Dagsboro, the local boys club is buzzing with holiday spirit. Their point-based shopping event, now a 15-year tradition, is more than just giving gifts. It's a community effort shaping young lives. 15-year-old Jaden Macon was a young shopper, but now he's a volunteer.
It's good to also give, not just get, but I feel like just having that opportunity to give back to my family at such a young age, really, set me up for how I would be now.
Jaden's story is one of transformation. Once a young shopper, now he's a beacon of volunteerism, guiding others to their holiday choices. Members of the Dagsboro Church of God, along with volunteers and the men of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, are among many pitching in this year's effort to make shopping a memorable event for every child.
You get to talk to them and encourage them and inspire them for something. That's, I think, the biggest thing. We just enjoy just having something that we physically touch them versus just giving $20.
This collective effort represents the true spirit of the holidays. The program has grown significantly under the guidance of its passionate leaders.
Even with how COVID happened, children lost 2 years of learning. And so coming in and just assisting them with homework, teaching them, and just for it to click is huge. We need volunteers.
Under the latest leadership, the program has not only grown in size, but also in impact, reaching families across Delaware all year long. So the season of giving never goes out of style. Reporting from Dagsboro, Paul Williams, Coast TV News.
An inspiring story of community spirit. For more information on how you can get involved, just visit our website, coasttvnews.com. Now let's turn to weather.
Well, it's a pretty dreary evening here along the coast. We've been dealing with fog all evening long, and that stretched into the afternoon. And we're still dealing with some pretty dense fog on parts of Delmarva at this time. But the good news is that fog is improving. Those visibilities are starting to improve just a little bit as some wet weather starts to move back into the area. Right now, though, as I take a live look out on our Orsted camera in West Ocean City, visibilities greatly reduced there in Ocean City. You can barely see past those lamp posts. Visibility about a quarter mile in Ocean City right now. Temp sitting right around 52 degrees. But we can see on our live radar, we are starting to see some of that light rain push into the area. As this rain starts to overspread the region, which we can see on a wider view, it's going to overspread the entire peninsula over the next upcoming hour and a half. Well, once all this rain overspreads the region, that fog will no longer be an issue. It could return, though, as we head towards tomorrow morning as that rain starts to wrap up. So keep that in mind. You do want to take it slow as you're hitting those roadways tomorrow morning, or maybe maybe if you have to travel in the middle of the night, you want to take it slow tonight into at least the first half of the day tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we're in the 40s, upper 40s to low 50s across the region, so pretty warm for this time of year in the middle of the night. Winds rather light. Visibilities, well, our station in Georgetown is down, but it would read visibilities right around a quarter mile visibility in Salisbury, quarter mile visibility in Ocean City. So we have some very dense fog out there. So not the best evening for a drive on those roadways. Rain though is moving in, as I said. We're going to be seeing widespread rain throughout the next couple of hours. 5 a.m. rain all across Delmarva. That moderate rain, you're going to hear it hitting those windows as we head throughout the remainder of the overnight hours. That rain tapers off to just showers by about 11 a.m. And then as we progress into the afternoon hours, we actually get rid of that rain. So don't expect a washout tomorrow. You want to keep that umbrella handy for the first half of the day, but during the afternoon hours, it's just clouds that linger. It is going to be quite warm tomorrow, even though the first half of the day is going to be wet, is going to be foggy. Temperatures going to be climbing up into the 60s. Sunshine actually returns to the area as we head towards Monday morning, but don't get used to it. We're going to see that those clouds return to the area Monday afternoon. So a couple more pretty dreary days across the region before we really start to see conditions clear up as we head towards Tuesday. Rainfall totals throughout the overnight hours into the first half of the day tomorrow. This is probably until about noon tomorrow. We're going to be picking up, most of us, less than a quarter inch, but we could see some localized amounts, as you see there in Ellendale, closer to half an inch of rain. So keep that in mind. That could result in some ponding of water on those roadways. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast tomorrow is wet and warm. Warmer the second half of the day, wet the first half of the day. 54 degrees on Monday. Cooler Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with those temps in the 40s, but take a look at that by next weekend. We're back to 60 degrees.
Thank you, Alex. The holiday season is here, and there are holiday lights and decorations all over Delmarva to go see. Just look at this gorgeous tree at the Indian River Yacht Club on the Millsboro River. Lots of beautiful garland there. What a wonderful sight to sit by the water next to that tree. Thank you for sharing your photo with us. We would love to see how more of you decorate your homes for the holidays. You can send your pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse. We are so grateful to have such generous viewers, people who care about making sure every child has a present to open on Delmarva due to our Bless Our Children campaign. Here's a look at some of the people helping make that happen.
We really want to thank the businesses, groups, and individuals who have stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000 to Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
Here is the Shell Brothers honor roll in order of amounts given in increments of $1,000.
Atlantic Community Thrift Shop, officers and members of Ocean City Elks Lodge number 2645.
Clark & Sons Garage Doors.
Boggs Disharoon Post 123. Eastern Shore Corvette Club.
General Refrigeration Company. Caliber Collision. Carolyn D. Lehman Johnson. Right Locations. Seaboard Billboard Boat.
Delmar VFW Post 8276. Tony Tank Tribe 6972. Pocomoke Elks 1624. In memory of Stacy Dortch.
Salisbury Elks Lodge. Chagrin Gas and Home Comfort Products. Unfinished Business.
Peninsula Imaging. ASAP Services. Johnny Janasic. Bob Willie & Sons. Classic Cakes. Ocean City Berlin Optimus Foundation. Tuckahoe Underground. Ocean City Berlin Optimus Club. ABC Refrigeration. Edward Jones Office of Melinda Tingle.
J. Stacy Hart and Associates. Goldsboro Family Foundation. Wheels That Heal Car Club. Freddie Holland. Alan Corman and Son. Ramco Solutions. In memory of Shirley Doherty, David and Louise. FH Fur Plumbing, HVAC Electrical. Delaware Mobile Surf Fishermen. Pepsi Bottling Ventures. Collins Wharf Sod. Pools, Pavers, and more. Terra Firma of Delmarva. Eastern Shore Auctions by Willie Benton.
Apgar Turf Farm. Jefferson, Urian, Doan, and Sterner, PA. King Crop Insurance. Historical Vintage Car Club of Delaware. Murray's Residential Services. Archon Training Center. Towers Concrete Products. Mid-Atlantic Transport. Officers and members of American Legion Nanacoke Squadron No. 6. In memory of Maurice and Pearl Jordan.
GNS Heating and Air. Dagsboro Paint and Wallpaper, MG Safer Services, State Orphans Board, Great Council of Delaware, Mount Zion Holiness Church,
Verse Logistics, O'Neill's Millwright and Services, Iron Order Motorcycle Club, Garden Bears Landscaping, in honor of Billo Hickman, Shore Fun Tractor Pullers, Moose Lodge 646, Women of Faith Zion Church Salisbury, in loving memory of John Angelus, Wacomico Lodge 91,
Holly Lake Campsite, Carey Insurance Group, Ashley Fence, St. Mark's UMC Easton, Linda Johnson, Delmarva Art Expo and Wool and Fiber Expo, Thomas E. Melvin and Son Funeral Home, Johnson's Seed and Feed, Mike Singleton and Sons Pest Control, Powellville UMC, Queen City Elks Lodge number 1051, Pumpkin Chunkin Association, Shore United Bank, Allen Lions Club.
Again, we appreciate all of you stepping up to the Shell Brothers Challenge as part of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
If you'd like to help, send your card and donation to Bless Our Children in care of Draper Media at 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801. Or you can donate on our website, blessourchildren.org.
Thank you for helping Draper Media lend a hand.
And together, we can make the holidays this year a special one.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, a possible cure for a mysterious dog illness, how a COVID drug designed for humans could help.
It hardly ever snows in our house this time of year, which can be a big bummer. But I still check every day, just in case. My mom says never give up, because the holidays are full of miracles. And they are, especially with my mom.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Local businesses are the lifeblood of our communities. When you're shopping for gifts this holiday season, please buy local.
I'm Paige.
And I'm Leah from Coast Life, and we're urging you to buy from businesses on Delmarva this holiday season.
Whether it be cars, toys, or furniture.
When you shop local, you support your local community, you protect local jobs, and you strengthen the local economy.
So let's use our buying power.
Because together, we make Delmarva stronger.
And in your health news tonight, could a COVID drug designed for humans be the cure for a mysterious dog illness spreading across the nation? As Pepper Papura shows us, one veterinarian in Iowa is putting that to the test with some patients after he was left with few other options for treatment.
I think he has a good prognosis, honestly.
Veterinarian Doug Swain has a theory.
I had COVID and spent 9 days in ICU myself. And, when I see these dogs, I think about, how I looked.
He says a mysterious dog illness sweeping the country might be a strain of COVID-19.
What I'm saying is I think we need to have an open mind.
Last Wednesday, one of Swain's patients came in poor condition.
I don't know how much longer he's going to make it if we don't do something. And so that's when we started talking.
That's when Cash's owner, Ryan Knowles, mentioned he recently had COVID. And Swain had an idea.
It just like a spark went off with Doug, and next thing you know, he's in here on the computer, and we're on Google, and he's making phone calls.
Swain says he's seeing a trend. Dogs that have no contact with other animals come in sick, but their owners mentioned having COVID around the same time.
Both the last 2 dogs that I treated that were severe, both customers had COVID within the last week or 2.
With no other options to help Cash, Swain decided to put his idea to the test. He prescribed the COVID drug Paxlovid.
It's kind of a death sentence if we don't, so what are we going to do?
Just days later, Cash is on the road to recovery.
It was amazing.
And Swain is testing the treatment on some of his other, more severe patients. Cash's recovery could be a mere coincidence, but Swain is going to continue trying the method.
Dr. Swain says the best way to protect your pet is making sure they're up to date on all of their vaccines. Don't forget to tune into Coast TV for Sunday Night Football. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Green Bay Packers. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Then we'll have your hyper-local broadcast after the game. After the break here on Coast TV News at 11, it is National Mutt Day. How you can celebrate the day dedicated to these dogs. Coast TV News continues in just a few moments.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
Welcome to Paris, home of French bread, wine, and now the Olympics. And that's how we kick off the games.
So it's a blimp that looks like bread?
No, it's real bread. It's a baguette, actually.
And how does it fly?
Let me see here. Nope.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers, bus drivers, cashiers, librarians, the helpful smile of a helper, a caretaker, a healer, a giver can also hide the deepest suffering. Domestic violence impacts everyone, even our everyday heroes. What is Your Voice is here to help. Call our helpline at 302-467-3310 or visit whatisyourvoice.org.
The Delmarva Sports Network wants to congratulate the Stephen Decatur Seahawks for being state champions for the first time in school history. The Delmarva community is so proud of you. Local teams, big dreams.
Is National Mutt Day, a day to appreciate and celebrate mixed breed dogs. Animal rescue organizations are asking that if you want a new furry friend as a holiday gift, that you adopt one from a local shelter. Volunteering at a shelter is also encouraged, even if you can't take one home.
Well, we're still dealing with that fog out the door this evening as I take a live look out on our Dry-Tech camera at the Ember Center. Very thick fog out the door in Ocean City. Temps sitting right around 52 degrees with that very reduced visibility. Fog going to be an issue for only about another hour or so before that rain really starts to move in. That rain's going to continue through about midday on Sunday, but if you hold off into the afternoon hours, a good day maybe to get in some of that shopping as temperatures really start to warm up into the 60s once that rain clears out of the area. And then it gets chilly by the middle of the week. Temps starting to fall into the 40s again.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.